survival isn't a game. But thanks to the internet, a lot of people treat it like one. Scroll through TikTok or YouTube Shorts, and you'll find 100 so-called life-saving hacks that look cool, but could get you killed if you ever actually tried them in the wild. Today, I'm going to break down the most dangerous survival advice going viral online and expose why you should never follow them. Because in a real survival situation, the stakes are higher than views or followers. They're life and death, and if you do any of these things, you might not make it out alive. This is don't ever do this in the wild. It could be fatal, and once you know what's out there, you'll never look at viral survival tips the same way again. Myth number 1, eat snow to stay hydrated. Makes sense, right? Snow is water, you're thirsty. Just grab a handful and toss it in your mouth. But that mistake could push your body toward hypothermia faster than you think. Here's the truth. When you eat snow, you're forcing your body to burn precious energy to warm it up and melt it internally. That energy is critical, especially when you're cold, tired, and running on fumes. And the worst part, snow doesn't give you much water volume. You'd need to eat a lot of snow to get the equivalent of even one glass of water. Meanwhile, your core temperature is dropping, your body is stressed, and you're pushing closer to a life-threatening condition. The right move? Melt the snow first. Use a metal cup over a fire, or keep it in a container and warm it slowly with body heat. It's slower, but it could save your life. Never ever eat snow straight out of the ground when you're trying to survive. It's a cold killer disguised as hydration. Myth number 2, always follow a river downstream. You'll find civilization. This is one of the most widely shared pieces of advice, and on paper, it sounds logical. Rivers often lead to towns, right? But here's what they don't tell you. Following a river can take you through some of the most dangerous terrain imaginable. Steep ravines, slippery rocks, wildlife hotspots, and even waterfalls. People have died from falls while trying to stick to a river path that became impassable. Not to mention, rivers don't always lead to people. In remote regions, rivers can go for miles, hundreds of miles before you hit anything remotely civilized. If you're injured, exhausted, or without proper gear, blindly following a river can drain your energy and lead you deeper into danger. The smart move? Stay put if you're lost and let rescue teams find you unless you have solid navigation skills and know the terrain. Sometimes survival means knowing when not to move. Myth number 3. If you see a bear, yell and make yourself big to scare it off. That might work in cartoons, but in real life, it's not that simple. First off, different bear species react differently. A black bear might back off if you shout and wave, but a grizzly? You just triggered a fight. Bears aren't all the same, and treating them like one-size-fits-all is a deadly gamble. Plus, if it's a mother with cubs, forget it. No amount of noise will stop her if she sees you as a threat. What you should do depends on the bear, the situation, and your distance. Sometimes the right move is to back away slowly, avoiding eye contact. Sometimes you freeze, and sometimes, yeah, you go loud, but the key is knowing which situation you're in. Blindly shouting at a bear because you saw someone do it in a viral video? That's not survival, that's suicide with extra steps. Here's a gross one, but it's popular online. If you're dying of thirst, drink your urine. No, just no. This idea keeps popping up in movies, on survival shows, and yes, tons of TikToks. But drinking urine is one of the worst things you can do in a survival situation. Urine is waste. It's what your body's trying to get rid of. It contains salts, toxins, and bacteria that can actually dehydrate you more. Drinking it doesn't rehydrate you. It speeds up your breakdown. Your kidneys are already under stress in a survival situation, and forcing them to process waste again just makes everything worse. Unless it's filtered, purified, and processed, which, let's be honest, you're not doing that out in the wild, it's not helping you. Save your energy for finding real water sources, plants with condensation, dew collection, or even solar stills. But drinking pee straight, that's reality show nonsense, not survival. Next up, if you have frostbite, rub the area to warm it up. This advice is deadly. If you've ever heard someone say this, please stop them immediately. When skin is frostbitten, it's essentially frozen. The tissue is fragile, like glass. Rubbing it can cause serious damage, breaking apart tissue that's already at risk of dying. You're not helping. It's like rubbing ice shards into your own flesh. Slowly rewarm the area using gentle, steady heat. Use warm, not hot water. Wrap the area gently in a dry, insulated material and protect it from further cold exposure. And whatever you do, don't walk on frostbitten toes or feet. That can cause permanent damage. The internet makes it sound like frostbite is just a cold burn you can rub away. It's not. It's a silent killer, and treating it wrong can lead to amputation, or worse. Myth 6. Build a fire inside a cave to stay warm and safe. It sounds smart. You're sheltered from the wind, you have a roof over your head, and a fire adds warmth. But what the influencers don't show you? Caves are natural ovens. Fires inside confined spaces without ventilation create deadly amounts of carbon monoxide. It's odorless, invisible, and it'll put you to sleep before you realize what's happening. You won't wake up. People have died trying this exact move, thinking they were safe. The second problem? Smoke. It builds up fast and can choke you out. Best case scenario, you crawl out half blind, coughing. Worst case, you never make it out. If you absolutely must light a fire near a cave, keep it at the entrance and make sure airflow is constant. Survival isn't about comfort, it's about staying alive. And cozying up next to a cave fire might be the last thing you ever do. Last myth, and maybe the most dangerous, your survival gear will save you. Gear is great. I love a good knife, a solid multi-tool, a well-packed EDC bag. But the belief that gear alone will keep you alive, that's a fantasy. Gear can fail, lighters run out of fuel, ferro rods snap, batteries die, and that shiny new gadget from Instagram, it breaks the first time it hits a rock. What really saves you is knowledge, skills, the ability to adapt, improvise, and think. I've seen guys with $2,000 worth of gear freeze because they didn't know how to start a fire in the wind, and I've seen people with nothing but a knife and grit survive for days. Your gear is a tool, not a guarantee. Learn how to use everything you carry. Practice in real conditions, because out there when things go sideways, it's not the tool, it's you that decides the outcome. So here's the bottom line. Survival isn't flashy, it's not trending, and it's definitely not made for likes. It's dirty, brutal, and unforgiving. The wild doesn't care how many views a TikTok video has. It only cares if you know what you're doing. That's why you have to stop chasing viral survival hacks and start learning real skills. If you like this video and want more truth over trends, hit that like button, subscribe, and check the link in the pinned comment. I put together a free survival starter guide. Real tips, real strategies, no BS. Download it, study it, and start preparing the right way. Because out there, the wrong advice doesn't just cost time, it costs lives. Stay sharp, stay ready, and above all, don't ever do this in the wild.